what's up, everybody? I'm back with another episode of TEDxMellenStreet Live, you guys, and we're here with another speaker that we have that's going to be for our TEDxMellenStreet event, which is going to be on November the 18th in Hampton, Virginia at the American Theater. And what we're doing with this platform is highlighting our sponsors and our speakers, so that way you could get to know who they are and, everything before they even get on the stage, before they, blow up in this world, before they do all these magnificent things they're going to do, because, with TEDx, that's what happens, right? So we're amazingly excited and we're thankful to have these speakers a part of our event. And today we have a special guest, is Anthony Dodson and his daughter, Caidyn. And they are a father-daughter team for the TEDxMellenStreet event. And so I'm going to go ahead and bring them up, you guys, so you can get to know who they are. And I'm going to say, hey, Anthony and Caidyn, how are you today?
Good. How about you?
Good. Wonderful. I'm going to say this. I don't know if this is the first for TEDx or not, but to have a father-daughter team out there for a TEDx event, I mean, this is kind of exciting for our platform and those who are a part of our team to be able to do that and to really support our theme, Power of Inclusion. But before we get into everything dealing with TEDx, I want you to tell everyone who is Anthony Dodson, and I want you to tell you who you are, but then Caidyn, I want you to wait because I want you to introduce yourself to our guests as well. So Anthony, I'll go ahead and start with you.
Okay, so I'm Anthony Dodson. Many people know me as Mr. Six Ways. I teach people 6 ways to do anything. I'm really just a God-fearing and father. I guess that's the best way to sum it up. Serial entrepreneur. I have multiple businesses with my daughter, from Airbnb to having our own mentorship where we're showing parents how to build businesses with their children, to speaking in schools and telling, these kids that they can be whatever they want to be. We have our own truck company as well. But that's pretty much sums me up. Just a father and a God-fearing man.
Awesome. And Caidyn, what about you? Let's tell everybody who Caidyn Dodson is.
I'm Caidyn, and me and my dad have multiple businesses together, as he mentioned earlier. We have a lot of fun in the making, and basically our job is to help y'all be involved with your children too.
Okay, awesome. And what do you like to do for fun?
I like to braid and do hair.
Like to braid and do hair. Wonderful. Yeah, I always like to, see like what it is, especially when I have kids on my shows. I have another show that I do, and I love to talk to them. I have a kidpreneur show that I do sometimes, and just to kind of hear, your thoughts behind the world of a kid. And you're what, 9, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So how exciting is this to be a TEDx speaker at 9 years old? Is it exciting? Yeah. So when your dad told you, how did you feel? Like, were you like, oh my gosh, like really?
No.
No.
I was
So,
just,
talk about it.
excited, but I wasn't like, oh my gosh.
Did you
I
get
was just
nervous?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was excited, but I was nervous. It was kind of like a mix of feelings.
Yeah. But
Like a
that's
roller coaster.
the roller coaster. It was a good roller coaster ride, huh? I don't like roller coasters. I always be like, oh my gosh, it would have been terrible for me. But I can understand like that roller coaster ride within your own emotions and the way you feel. And it's just like, oh wow, you get to do that. So yeah, so you'll be on that stage and with your dad. And I don't want to get into what you guys are gonna do because we want to keep that a secret for November the 18th. But I just want to kind of I wanted people the opportunity to get to know who you are and everything. So I know that you go around, you talk, to parents, to students, you do things on financials and all this other stuff. So when you're together as a father-daughter team, managing business, doing life together in that way, like how much more of an impact do you feel it is on your relationship more so than those out there in the world?
We have a
Um,
lot more
I,
communication.
yeah, I would say that it kind of allows us to get to know each other better, knowing each other's strengths and weaknesses. This week has been very interesting for me because she's been on my head. We just did the other and she was like, "You need to look. You need to like." She's texting me during the interview, so just being able to have her hold me, because like anybody, I can kind of get mad at, but it's like I can't preach stuff to her and then not do not do it. So just watching her and her little element and things like that is beautiful. But I feel like also it allows parents and children to understand that anything is possible. Because when I bring food and I read to kids and stuff, I show them the back. They're so happy because of the fact of it's somebody their age and they can't
Mhm.
believe it's true. So I think for me, it's more so just being able to learn her.
That's good. That's good. And what about you, from your perspective, Caden? How do you think it's doing for your relationship with your dad?
We can like, it's like he tells me to do things, and then when I do it, then he doesn't do it, and then I have to hold him accountable. And then it's like it helps us with our communication, because if we didn't communicate, then it would just be wonky. And then like if we had an interview and then he just lets me know as soon as the interview is about to start, I can't like get ready and prepare myself. So I think it's a lot better for our communication because it teaches both of us how to communicate with each other.
That's really good. That's really good. And you help to keep your dad in line, in check, right? Like you said, just hold him accountable. And I love the fact that you're both holding each other accountable, in what you're doing, because if you ever branch out, Caden, and do your own thing one day, at least you already have that foundation already established. Your dad is really, raising you up, and not just raising you up as a kid in this world, but as an entrepreneur, as somebody with something that you can say that, hey, we have a legacy that we're doing. And so, how does it feel to be together and preparing for a speech together for the TEDx Melon Street event? I'll let you go first.
I, yeah, I think it's great. It's gonna allow us to challenge ourselves and really see like, are we ready for the bigger stages? And I'm just interested to see how she's gonna react and kind of act around like this type of environment. Because I'm trying to prepare her for her next big stages. So I'm kind of excited, and I'm just ready to see like how she's gonna react to everything.
What about you, Caden?
I'm excited, but like I said earlier, I'm nervous because I'm gonna be in front of a big crowd, and I don't know what to do. Like if I mess up, I don't know. Like if do I just improve? Well, do use improv, or I don't know. I'm just nervous.
I'm just nervous. But you know what? I'm quite sure that a lot of other speakers going to be nervous too. So you wouldn't be the only one. But the fact is that you have the opportunity to do that. And you have a little bit more time to kind of get the nerves right and kind of get it all down pat with your dad. And as far as, what you guys are going to be talking about. Um, I would say with, I don't know, did I lose both of you guys? Okay. So Anthony, I would ask you, with the theme being the power of inclusion, and one of the things that we wanted to challenge everyone with was to think outside the box with that. So, what does it mean to you to unleash inclusion?
I think that it means a lot because I think like I said, with having family and doing things with your family, oftentimes we think we're including them, but we're really excluding them. So being able to show that, family is the biggest version of inclusion, um, is really gonna be amazing for me. Just allow me to understand that concept.
Hmm. That's wonderful. And Caden, how do you feel when you think about inclusion for yourself at your age and in school and the things that you're doing, you see other kids are doing, how do you really see that perspective for you? Like, does it give you a different outlook on how to include others in what you do?
It's like, yeah, but also it's like I'm still the same person, but most of my friends are like, whoa. And then I'm just like, what? And then they're like, oh my goodness. And I'm like, and then it's like, I guess it gives me a better perspective to like learn how to include everybody in anything. And I try to make sure that if I'm playing a game or something, that everybody that wants to play is playing, because I don't want anybody to feel sad because they're left out.
That's really good. That's really good because I know, I mean, being coming up as kids, I mean, that's one of the things I thought about was like, when you're thinking about inclusion and thinking outside the box, everybody, a lot of times they dive into, oh, it's the diversity part of it. But, when we're looking at it, it's everything, because it's the including others when you see the greatness within them. It's including others when you don't even see the greatness, but there's potential that you could pull out because you allowed them to be a part. Or it is, somebody seeing a great idea and just saying, you know what, that's a great idea. It needs to be here. So that way the world can really experience it. So it's so many different ways to really look at the inclusion part of it and the power behind it. And so I'll ask you, Anthony, so what do you do every day to live out the philosophy that, without talking about your talk, but the philosophy that supports your talk for November 18th?
That's a good question without talking about my talk. Um, so I would say, just I feel like every decision we make, we have to think about other people. I guess that's the best way around it. Because every decision we make can affect everything around us. So when I'm doing things and when I'm moving and when I'm making decisions, I'm not just looking at it from how does it affect me? How does it affect Caidyn? How does it affect my grandmother? How does it affect, my friends? Like when I do certain things, what happens? You get what I'm saying? So the goal is to make sure that every decision I make, everything that I do, everybody included in those decisions and the decision making process.
That's really good. That's really good. And Caidyn, so what about you? I know this is, you can handle this question because, you're such a phenomenal young lady.
I don't
So,
really.
wait, are you ready for the question?
I don't
so,
really.
so what is your personal turning point at your age that inspires you to do the things that are in your talk, but you can't talk about
Uh, it's like I want to help people be the best they can be, and I feel like if I can do it, that'll show them that they can do it. And I don't really know another way to put it. So,
it? Oh, no, that's a perfect answer. That is a perfect answer. So thank you for that. So before we close out, just any final words that you would like to share, Anthony, to our audience, and then Caidyn, if it's something you want to share, I'll give you the opportunity to share that right now.
Yes. The thing that I tell people all the time is start replacing time with money and gifts for memories and give your children the gift. Because when we um and the fact of like involved in everything you do. So the goal is to always include your kids in everything.
Awesome, awesome. And what about you, Caidyn? Any last words?
no, I don't think I have any. Well, there is something that I always tell everybody, no matter where I'm at, is to never give up, because one day you'll get to reach your goal, and then you could be inspiring others to reach theirs.
I love it. That's wonderful. Awesome. But thank you guys for being here. And thank you, everybody, for watching this episode of TEDxMellenStreet Live. We'll be back again with another speaker that is on our platform. And thank you, Anthony. Thank you, Caidyn, for once again sharing your time with us today. And I hope you enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you, guys. And bye, everybody. Enjoy your day.